quick to pop it.
Damn, it's the intro? Yes, it's the intro. Damn, this is the intro? Yes, it's the intro. Damn, it's the intro? Yes, it's the intro. Damn, this is the intro? Yes, it's the intro.
Come alive in the dark, and I keep getting stronger. My limit's the sky. I do the impossible, impossible. Shine if I want to. I win every time if I want to. The world mine if I want to. Make the world mine cause I want to. I pull the sword out the border, walk a floor full of cobras. Go to war with you all, we can brawl toe to toe. I can tighten loops in my lace and make lightning lose in a race. I make fire cool and come back from the triangle in Bermuda. I can suit up, live in the moon up, working and outsmarting computers. I can outswim all the tuna, and that's without a scuba. So in the laws of nature, I'm breaking the rules. Only thing I'm bad at is being a loser. I can make time traveling a surprise. Make graveyards feel alive. Break the immortal down to his demise. Look up and beam to the stars so you can turn off the lights. I come alive in the dark, and I keep getting stronger. Tonight I hunt with the pride. You can't take my pride away. I can sing with the birds and the trees in the morning, or roll like the storms way over the ocean. My limit's the sky. I do the impossible, impossible. Shine if I want to. I win every time if I want to. The world mine if I want.
The weather this time of year in the South, perfect. Fall football weather, and we've got the roof wide open here at Mercedes-Benz Stadium in the heart of Georgia. Today, it's a Week 9 matchup set to go here between the Los Angeles Chargers and the Atlanta Falcons. The first 2 months of the regular season down. What will the final two bring us as we're off in Week 9? Bringing it out of his end zone, Isaiah Rodgers. And he's able to get this across the 20, but not by much as he's marked down officially at the 21. Carry by Taylor to start the drive. And he is met quickly in the backfield. Down he goes, folded like a lawn chair. It'll go as a loss of 3 right away, and it's second down. Up the middle, here's Taylor. And he'll take this one up to about the 23. It'll be a 5-yard pickup there, so from 2nd and 13, they're back to a more manageable 3rd and 8. Well, this defense for the Falcons, they were very strong last week in the win over Carolina.
And one of the key things you always look for when you're evaluating a defense is how opportunistic are they? How many takeaways do they get per game? And how about last week's game? That number, 6. Absolutely phenomenal performance. They were on top of their...
Into double coverage, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Casey Hayward. And the Falcons will take over here as they get it up to the 43-yard line.
Well, they certainly took a shot to open this game. I know it backfired with the interception, but no lack of bravado from that sideline at all. And look, they told us before the ball game, they wanted to be a little more dangerous on offense. They wanted to take a few more chances. That opening pass certainly set a tone. Maybe a turnover, but I don't think it'll stop them from trying again the rest of this game.
And he is into the end zone for a Falcon touchdown.
Well, that's how you take advantage of an early turnover. A sudden change situation, meaning ball's turned over. How's both sides going to handle it? One side handled it way better. They went right out on the field and put the ball in the end zone.
One play, that just added insult to injury.
Yeah, that just tells you on the defensive side, they didn't come out ready to go, still reeling from the fact that the ball got turned over.
On a return from his end zone, Rodgers. And ultimately cannot get this out to the 25-yard line as he's dropped at the 23. The Charger drive about to get going. They threw an interception the first time they had the football, wound up leading to a touchdown the other way. How do you approach drive number 2?
Going back to your game plan coming in, everyone has matchups that they like better than others. Where they think they have an advantage, dial up some of those plays. Try and go to those spots and get your offense moving.
6 yards on that last play. Here's 2nd and 4. A shotgun snap for Herbert. Oh, that's into a sea of bodies, and it's intercepted. Picked up by Richie Grant. If you combine last week and this week, he's got a hat trick going because he had 2 interceptions a week ago.
He's seeing the ball so well and understanding where receivers are and positioning. I mean, just watching him work with such great technique and paying it off by actually catching the ball when he has a chance, he's helping his team in a huge way.
And he is swallowed up right at the line of scrimmage. Call it no gain on the play, and it'll be 2nd down. And as a defensive end, getting off the ball quickly, swarming to the football, making a tackle, that's what we saw right there.
Yeah, that's what their job is, and really a lot of the time they have to throttle back a little bit in the run game because you know those defensive ends, they're like in a sprinter stance. They're just headed straight for the quarterback. That was good recognition on that play to hold them to no gain.
Now, meanwhile, here's a 2nd down throw that's knocked away and incomplete.
He came through well with a nice pass breakup there. Fortunate that he was on the spot. He's the only guy left to prevent the first down.
They had the incomplete pass on 2nd down. Now they need a big play here, 3rd and 10. The play action fake. They'll look to throw. Oh, that's into double coverage and intercepted. Derwin James with a pick. And the Get it back here just past the 35. The Charger drive about to get going. And it's been a miserable start for them offensively, obviously. 2 drives, 2 interceptions.
And this is where you have to know your quarterback and know how you actually have to reach him. Do you do it with a little bit of humor? Maybe you break the ice a little bit like, hey, didn't we practice in that color jersey all week? Not the one that you're throwing it to? Or maybe you have to be stern with it. But whatever it's going to take to get the message, it has to be done. He's putting the game in jeopardy.
And he'll get it into enemy territory just across midfield at the 49. That one, a 1st down pickup of 8.
Usually we see runs like this as the defense breaks down later in the game, but this guy is setting the tone early, running through all types of tackles and putting the defense back on its heels.
Back-to-back good plays have them on the move on 1st down. Here's Herbert. Pressure brought in, and the Falcons get there for the sack. Multiple players combined for their team's first sack of the game. After the sack, it's 2nd and 19, and the road gets a bit tougher from here. Here's Herbert. He's airing it out for Williams. On Herbert, his 3rd interception. Picked off by Casey Hayward. And the Falcons are going to take over once again at their own 37-yard line. A nightmare in the first half for him, and that's now 3 interceptions. But Charles, with his talent, if anyone can shake this off and right the ship, it's him.
I agree, because you don't get to be one of the best quarterbacks in the league without developing some major mental toughness. So I expect him to go in the locker room at halftime, hit the reset button, and come out a new guy in half number 2.
Beginning on the ground with Patterson. And getting this just shy of midfield, they'll spot it at the 49. 69 yards rushing for him as he's got the afternoon off to a great start. On first down, going back to Patterson. And some room to run now. And he's going to be out of bounds, but not before he takes it inside the 40. It's a gain of 13 and a first down for Atlanta.
A nice performance last week. Recognized as NFC Player of the Week after going over 100 yards rushing. I just love the vision. I love the wiggle he has. But I also love the power when he ends his runs.
That's what impressed me. Yes, there was some elusiveness last week. A couple times he just ran a touchdown, Falcons! Well, this is where quarterbacks' passing numbers sometimes get a little bit more inflated than they should, because this is a short little pass, but it goes for big yardage.
Yeah, and this just looked like a simple, ordinary play to start, but boy, did things change. Once he got free, it was off to the races, and once he had high gear, there's absolutely no one who was going to stop him.
And you can see the distance traveled there after the catch on the next-gen stats. Rodgers going to return it from his end zone. The Charger drive about to get going. Coming off every player's friend, the open week from last weekend.
Oh, there's no doubt about that. Even if you're coming off of a loss as they did, the open week is exactly what you need after you kind of get over it a little bit, right? Rest up the mind, rest up the body, get yourself ready to go. And they have to be eager to play again, especially since they lost the last time out.
Well, he's got some breathing room. And all the way in for a Charger touchdown. Keenan Allen, his 5th touchdown now on the year. And the Chargers are able to strike quickly here as they are in for 6. Hopkins with the extra point, and that'll make our score 14-7. Following the touchdown, Dustin Hopkins will kick it away. And Patterson will not return it. It comes out to the 25. The Atlanta offense out there for their next drive. And you know, it's certainly a lot of football left to play. We're not into December yet, but right now where we stand, they're in first place in their division, looking really good and looking to be a threat come January.
And are you one of those early holiday shoppers, partner? Are you one of those guys get your list done? Because I think about what every team has on their holiday shopping list right now. What's the number 1 goal? Make the playoffs. Number 2, win your division. Number 3, and I think the biggest goal of all, try to get the number 1 seed so you get that first-round bye and ensure you don't have to go anywhere in January and hopefully get to the Super Bowl that way.
Second catch for him today, and it'll wind up a first down.
And that's a more than acceptable read right there because it's zone coverage, so timing is everything. This time he looks for his man to come open. Puts it.
First and 10, it's Patterson. And he's going to get across midfield and into Charger territory. 5 yards on the carry. Good pickup on first down. The Falcons at 5-3 now on the year. And they come in playing some pretty decent football, 5-3 over their last 8.
And I thought that they played pretty well last week. Their execution, their discipline, their resilience, all on display in that victory.
A second down pass play there, but it's incomplete.
It certainly didn't appear that that's where he wanted to go with the ball initially, so he tried to get something out of it by dumping it off to his running back unsuccessfully.
They come up now 3rd and 5 following the incomplete pass. Third down, here's Patterson. And he's got the first before he's brought down at the 39-yard line. 93 yards rushing for him so far as his terrific season continues here.
I definitely like the play call. You don't expect it on 3rd and 5, 3rd and 6, do you? You expect a pass play. Had a little courage there to call the run, and boy, they were successful.
And not a whole lot of room to operate there on the first down run. He gets maybe 3. Just not a whole lot of room to operate there on that carry.
No, not at all. They did a really nice job staying in their proper places and not allowing any lanes to open up.
On second down, a run with Patterson. Puts it on the carpet, it's out. And picked up by the Chargers. And they have possession, and they have it at the 38-yard line.
You remember in preseason when we went to the different...
And now before the ball changes hands, they're going to take a look at this just to make sure that they have it right. So possession still theirs, but now they face a 3rd down. Out of the gun, a run with Patterson. And he's brought down short by a yard. It's a 3rd down gain of 4.
This guy's well on his way now to a big game on the ground. It's another good run there. Puts him over the century mark in yardage, and we're still in the 2nd quarter.
Koo knocks this one through the post. So he's been automatic to this point of the season, and he connects on the field goal here.
And what a luxury it is to have a kicker you can depend upon, partner, because he hasn't missed all year long. Converts on that one as well. And kudos to you. You didn't jinx him.
And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. The Charger drive about to get going. And right now, Charles, it just feels like they're trying to keep pace. They did score the touchdown last time out, but they still trail by double digits here. We'll see if this offense is once again up to the task.
Yeah, and I think that after the last drive, they've got to be pretty revved up, don't you think? Everything they were doing was working pretty well. They go back out there with the same mindset, play at the same tempo and the same pace. Still a lot of time left to make something happen in this one.
Back to Taylor on first down. And he can only manage to get a couple. 2nd and 8 coming up. When we talk about defenders, specifically linebackers, keeping their eyes in the right spot, he had that eye down the entire time.
And you know that's not easily done because they throw a lot of misdirection at you. They try and fool you and get your eyes in the wrong place. But you're right about that one. He correctly figured that one out and made a really nice play.
And he's taken down at the 50 after a short gain of 2. Well done to sniff that out defensively. He had it diagnosed pretty quickly.
I love that description because diagnosed is perfect on that one. Read his keys, made the play, and he couldn't even get going moving the football.
Now throwing on 3rd down there, but he cannot connect.
I think he had to unload that one before he wanted to. He was right up in his grill. I think he was a dentist there without a license, don't you?
Just not enough time for the play to develop. Just lucky it wasn't a fumble, really. This is taken at about the 14. 33 yards is the distance on the punt there. And the Falcons will be taking over 1st and 10. About set to begin their next drive, the Falcons offense at the line. And they're not going to play this conservative, I don't think. They had the field goal last time, and they're up, but they're looking to put a drive in the end zone.
Oh, I agree with you totally. No one goes out on the field and says, all right, let's just settle for 3, except in certain situations, trying to ice a game, that sort of deal. Most of the time, it's end zone, and that's what you're thinking, and I believe that's exactly what they're thinking as they begin this one.
Yeah, no quarterback ever goes out there saying, hey, let's get 3, right?
Not one that I've ever met.
They go play action. Mariota. He's going to air one out. Into a double team, and it's intercepted. And the Chargers are going to take over at their own 41. Before we came up to the booth, last thing he said as we were walking off the field, want to play mistake-free football. Well, that just went out the window there with a pick.
And do you remember what you said to me when we were walking up to the booth after he said that? You're like, oh, fatal last words. Every time we hear that, things tend to fall apart a little bit, and that's what we saw there. Didn't get enough on that throw, and it turned into an interception.
To throw again on second down. Herbert. And the Falcons get there. The Falcons get the sack. Down he goes. Disrupting that play and dropping him was Arnold Ebiketie. 5 men in the secondary now for the Falcons on third down. A play fake, and now Herbert to throw. Finds the open man. It's Mike Williams. And he'll be taken down, but not before they work it across midfield. 1st and 10 here. You know, if they could just get 3 out of this, something about whittling it to a one-score game at half that might provide a psychological boost. Play action. It's Herbert. Buying time to his left. And he will not make it back to the line of scrimmage as he's going to be taken down. After the sack here, 2nd and 11. Now movement up front. I think they're going to get one of the Charger linemen. Rashawn Slater, first-round pick in 2021, guilty there. And that false start penalty certainly not helping their cause here. 2nd down and long. Justin Herbert looking to pass. He's airing it out for Williams. And his pass is intercepted for the 4th time today. Picked up by Obi Melifonwu. Well, Charles, you know, so close to halftime there. You throw the interception. Not only that, you do give it to them in plus territory as well.
Yeah, they were pushing real hard to try and get something more on the board on their side of the ledger right before the half. Looking at it with 20/20 hindsight, though, might have been better to hand it off a few times, hoping to get something to break instead of putting the ball in the air and, of course, putting the ball in jeopardy.
They go back to the air here after the INT on the last drive. Airing it out, looking for Ridley. That's going to be knocked away and incomplete.
But no kneeling for them. They decided they weren't going to run out the clock. They decided to take their shot downfield, hoping to either make a connection or a pass interference call. They wanted more points to put on the board.
And they line up now for what will likely be the last play of the first half. Final play of the half here, Mariota. And his throw's going to be incomplete. So we reach halftime here in a 10-point game as we send you down to Orlando, where Jonathan Coachman has our EA Sports halftime report. Coach. And we welcome you back live now inside the booth alongside Charles Davis. I'm Brandon Gaudin, set and ready to rock for the third quarter. The Falcons back to receive. They've got the lead, and they'll get this football as the second half gets underway. He was solid on the field goal, but not as solid on the kickoff. Put him at the 40-yard line to start this drive.
Check right.
Handoff running left, Patterson. And he'll be taken down at about the 45.
Give credit to the defense for stringing that play out, and they gave up no cutback angle. You know he was trying to dart through. No place for him to go. A nice job there, only giving up a 3-yard gain.
Okay, right.
2nd and 7.
Practice 6. Strike 60. Striker 3.
Again, Patterson. And only a couple there as he'll take this up to the 47.
Trouble 38.
They're going to look to throw. That's into the hands of Pitts, the tight end. And it's not going to be enough here. A gain of 4, about 2 feet short of the marker, 4th down.
Oh, it's time to give a little credit there to the defense. They played that very well because it was a drag route, and he ran a little shallower than normal as he worked straight across the field. He was hoping he'd get lost behind the defensive line, but once he made the catch, nowhere to turn upfield and gain any yardage.
Ready.
They'll go. It's Patterson. And, boy, this is going to be close. That mark looks a little short, and he didn't get there. The Falcons go for it, but it doesn't work out. And this defense is going to get the football back near midfield, right at the 48. 1st and 10, Taylor now. And he's got room. And a strong run there as he'll take this all the way down to the 35. 66 yards on the ground for him now on 9 carries.
That's a nice run right there, able to get to the outside. And so many times defenses say, okay, we've got you hemmed in. But if you're running the football, at least you know where everyone is coming from. You don't have to worry about the backside at all. That allows you to run with a little bit more confidence as you traverse down the field.
A good run, got 7 on 1st. Here's 2nd and 3. From the shotgun, here's Herbert. And he's just throwing the ball up for grabs now. Fortunately, that one going to fall incomplete.
And those two just haven't been in sync thus far. They've done a nice job against him, but still, with his talent, you would expect them to have more completions to him in this game.
This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on 3rd down. Herbert. Open man is Taylor. He's got it. And he is going to have the Chargers 1st down. They needed 3. He doubled that. He got 6. From the gun, it's Taylor. And the result here, a pickup of 8. Leaves him with 2 to go on 2nd down.
And there we saw one of the downsides of blitzing during a rundown, because sometimes you get out of your gaps. You don't fit the run quite as well because you're headed towards the ball carrier with abandon.
8 yards the tally on that 1st down run. Here's 2nd and 2. Looking to pass. And it'll be intercepted. Picked up by Richie Grant. I think you and I were a little surprised back earlier in the game when he threw his 2nd interception. I mean, who would have thought a quarterback of his caliber picked now 5 times?
It's beyond stunning to me because we're used to that with maybe a quarterback with less experience or less talent. But a quarterback of his caliber, I can't believe what we've just seen.
Absolutely. If you would have told me this coming into the ball game, I would have said never, not in a million years. But here we go.
That 1st down play, all you want to do is wedge out any type of space and try and create enough room. If you have to run the punter out there, he can successfully complete the punt.
Yeah, didn't get a ton there, but at least some positive yardage. 2nd and 9 now. And that is knocked away in the middle of the field and incomplete.
Quarterbacks work all the time on manipulating a defense with their eyes and their head movement. In this case, he just stared the receiver down. That allowed for excellent coverage, able to knock that one away.
They'd like to avoid punting from their own end zone so they could use something here on 3rd down. Looking to throw. Airing it out, looking for Ridley. And unable to connect, incomplete. Now give them credit, they took their shot, but it's going to bring up 4th down. Here's Bradley Pena now. And no room for error here as his first punt comes from deep in his own end zone. And he's able to get it out quickly, and this is not a bad kick here. On the return, it's Rodgers. A 45-yard punt, 4 there on the return. And the Chargers will be set up pretty well as they take over in great field position. They give to Taylor out of the gun. And he is tackled inside the 40, not quite to the 35. 94 yards for him on the ground now as he has been terrific here this afternoon. Line of scrimmage, the 37 on 1st and 10. They go to the ground again with Taylor. They find some open field here. Touchdown, LA! Jonathan Taylor, his 7th rushing touchdown on the year. And the Chargers are back within a score. Oh, I was just about to say he had missed an extra point all season, but there it is. His first miss, no good. Now he's back out there to boom this one away, maybe with some frustration after the PAT miss. And that one will bounce out of the back of the end zone, so we will start here at the 25. The Atlanta offense out there for their next drive. Certainly want to avoid what they had to do last possession. That was punt the football, because this game's starting to tighten up.
In a basketball sense, you think about taking a little bit of the air out of the ball, right? Maybe milk some clock, limit the possessions. In this case, they might want to do the same thing, but control the game offensively. Put together some first downs, put together a drive, and keep it away from them.
The last play got just a yard. Here's 2nd and 9 from the 26. Back to throw here. Oh, into a sea of defenders and intercepted. Picked off by the linebacker Kyle Van Noy. And he brings this one back. It's a pick 6 and a Charger TD. Extra point good by Hopkins, and that gives them a 3-point lead. So they throw the pick 6. They'll get another shot at it now as this one's in the air. No return here for Patterson, so they'll begin things at the 25-yard line. About set to begin their next drive, the Falcons offense at the line. And really, Charles, not much of a surprise that they're losing. They just haven't been able to get much of anything going in the pass game. And as you well know, in today's NFL, if the passing game isn't working, usually not much else is working either.
You're exactly right about that, partner. And I know that right now the easy answer would be, hey, let's run the football. But that might not be everything you need. So despite the fact that they've struggled throwing it, they've got to find some type of a play, multiple plays, that puts the ball in the air and allows for them to have some success.
So the completion good for just 3. And now 3rd down and 6 to go. He's been quiet today in the passing game, just his 2nd catch.
Yeah, and people have to come up with schemes to limit him. And what a lot of teams do, they'll double him, use a linebacker underneath, a safety over the top. Sometimes they'll just take a corner, maybe their 3rd corner if he's a bigger guy, and put him on a man-to-man to try and limit his touches. Just keep mixing it up, give him different angles, different looks, like a good boxer does.
Now a timeout called for by the defense. And as the two teams talk it over on their respective sidelines, we take a break. And this should be the final play before the quarter ends.
On the ball. Ready?
Running the counter, Patterson. And some space here. And he's out of bounds, but not before a big pickup that time on what's going to wind up being the final play of the 3rd quarter. Back now here on EA Sports. It's been a very hotly contested game to this point, just a few. So signs of life in what's been a dormant offense in this 2nd half. Here's 1st and 10. Here's Patterson again. And nothing much materializing there on the 1st down run. He'll get a couple, and that's it.
Well, any lane that might have been open there was closed pretty quickly, and that was because the defensive front, they won that battle at the point of attack at the line of scrimmage. They used great leverage, held their spot, and stacked him up.
Here's 2nd and 8. Throw out right, taken in by Patterson. And he's going to be brought down at about the 16. This drive, it's been a good mix. 3 passing plays, 3 runs, hitting on all 3 of those passes, and the last one putting him in the red zone.
So wouldn't you think play action right here? Because you've got the ability and had the ability to run it and throw it. Go play action and take your shot at the end zone.
Out of the gun now on 3rd down. A bullet throw, but incomplete. So another incompletion there. He's hitting on fewer than half his pass attempts in this one, and that is not a winning formula.
Yeah, so let's make sure we give a little bit of credit to the defense here. They've given him a lot to think about, a lot of different looks. He seems a little bit confused trying to complete passes.
When you talk about clutch, that one was right down Broadway, and this game's all even here in the 4th.
Yeah, he didn't leave any doubt, did he? Good snap, good hold, dead center. Almost like a big-time golfer in a major, firing at a pin from the fairway, trying to win the tournament going down the stretch.
Take it in at the 3. And nowhere to go. He only makes it to the 5. So a teammate picking him up there, that was nearly disaster.
And the way that you coach these things, you want to make sure you have eyes towards the return guy because you want to make sure that the catch is secured. A lot of teams do that. They have at least one guy. Okay, you're responsible for making sure he secures the catch. He's not always the one that makes the recovery, but he can always sound out the alarm. Hey, ball's on the ground. We've got to get it back.
Still 9 remaining on 2nd down. On the draw is Taylor. And maybe a measure of revenge there. He's had his way in this one, but this time they get him behind the line. It's a loss of a yard, so it's back to 3rd and 10.
Well, that was one of the few times they've been able to contain him thus far. He's over 100 yards for the game, but he lost a bit off his total on that carry.
Going to throw on 3rd down with Herbert. And this is going to be intercepted. Picked off by D'Angelo Malone. And he takes this one back into the end zone, and the Falcon defense has a touchdown. Coup now for the point after. And they will take a 7-point lead now. So they'll get another shot on offense following that pick 6. And now the kick is away. On the return from his end zone, Rodgers. And they will wrangle it down a couple yards shy of the 30. The Charger drive about to get going. And can they regroup? That's the question. The pick six hurt, no doubt, but this is still a one-score game here in the fourth. And he'll be brought down right around the 37. A good gain on first has him set up with second and just a couple of inches now from the 29. Again, it's Taylor. Oh, he's got a little daylight. That one good for 13 and a Charger first. Back-to-back good plays have him on the move on first down. Running straight ahead, Taylor. A decent run there following the display of quick feet down just inside the 45. He'll get a nice chunk there on the first down run, and it's 2nd and 4.
Offensive linemen love creating space for their guys carrying the ball, but when that guy also breaks tackles and creates extra yardage, they almost feel like he's one of them, and they really embrace it.
On 2nd down, it's Taylor. Room here to run. And he takes it in for a Charger touchdown. Jonathan Taylor, his 2nd touchdown of the afternoon. And the Chargers are an extra point away from tying this game here in the fourth. Don't forget the extra point. It's up and good. And we are tied here in the fourth quarter. Boy, hard to ask for a better game thus far. 27 apiece is our score as the kick's away. And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback. The Atlanta offense out there for their next drive. They no longer have the lead after that last touchdown, all tied up in the fourth quarter, and a chance for this offense to mount a potential game-winning drive right here. Throwing on first down, but this one winds up to be incomplete.
It's always tough trying to keep your guy upright when he's trying to throw the football. When you're dealing with those big, bad guys on the defensive front, it's even tougher. And this time, those guys on the opposite side won the battle, getting to the quarterback and knocking him into an incompletion.
Here we go.
So following the incompletion, here's 2nd and 10 from the 25. Patterson, he'll try it up the middle. And from the 25, they work this to the 29, a gain of 4.
That 2nd down play call was not to pick up the first down. It was to accomplish what they did to get them into a manageable 3rd down because they had incompletion on first down, so they were behind the sticks, so to speak. They needed to make up some ground, and they did.
And this is going to be intercepted. Picked up by J.C. Jackson. And his guys are going to get the football at the 28-yard line. Certainly not what he was hoping for, Charles. That's now 3 interceptions in this ball game.
But there's a lot of knowledge to be gleaned every time you throw an interception if you do things the right way. And hasn't there been a pretty darn good quarterback along the way who threw a lot of interceptions early, learned from them, and became great later?
Who would that be?
That'd be one Peyton Manning. Threw 28 his rookie year. That's the
touchdown. Keenan Allen with his 2nd touchdown of the afternoon. And the Chargers have broken our tie and have taken a fourth quarter lead. And now remember, all touchdowns are reviewed, and in a tight game like this, they're going to take a good long look at it. So take away the touchdown. The officials rule he did not get the football to break the plane. They'll run here with Taylor. And he is into the end zone. Touchdown, Los Angeles. Jonathan Taylor, his 3rd touchdown of the game, 10th on the year. And the Chargers take the forced turnover on defense and convert it into 6 points. Important extra point up and through, and they will take a 7-point lead.
Justin Hopkins, the kickoff for the Chargers.
Following the touchdown, Dustin Hopkins will kick it away. And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line. About set to begin their next drive, the Falcons offense at the line.
Here comes another drive from this unit, and Charles, they're coming off a costly mistake on the last possession, an interception in a game that is very close right now.
Well, as we know, they all sting no matter what the situation, but in a one-possession game, that'll hurt a little bit more. But this is an excellent opportunity to make up for it on this drive. I just don't expect them to try and take huge gambles to make up that momentum in a hurry.
Work with me, partner. Take a deep breath, because that's what they're doing down the field now. That incompletion allowed them to exhale a little bit. Get in the huddle, kind of scan the crowd, see if any celebrities are here. Relax a little bit as they start this big drive.
Here we go. Here we go.
Following the incomplete pass, here they go again. 2nd and 10 from the 25. They'll look to throw. That's caught by Pitts. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. A nice pickup there, 18 yards, first down Falcons. I tell you, it has not been his best day throwing the football. He really needs to piece something together here.
All will be forgiven if he leads them into the end zone.
Back to throw. And oh, that one nearly intercepted. That would have sealed it. Instead, it'll be 2nd down.
Limited time left on the clock after that incompletion. So I think both sides are going to savor every second to prepare before the next snap. Because once the ball's in motion, it may be a nonstop push to finish this drive off. Everyone better be on the same page right now, because I think they're going to try and get several plays off in quick succession if they can.
Now the Falcons going to use one of their timeouts, as they'll get a chance to talk it over after picking up the first down.
Set, ready. Order to be railed. Heel blue. Ready.
He's back to throw. Got a man. It's Patterson, complete. And he'll lose yardage on the play back at the 45-yard line. Not what they had in mind there. That's going to go as a loss of 4. He'll look to throw. And he can't get a throw off. He's taken down. What a huge play at this point in the game. Joey Bosa in there to drop him as that clock continues to run.
Ritter and the Falcons need an answer, and a big play here on 3rd and long following the sack.
Now a desperation throw deep downfield. And a penalty flag comes in as that one was. Complete, but the contact is going to move the ball well downfield. Maybe a critical mistake at this juncture, as now they've got a 1st and 10.
Ready.
Back to throw.
And that's intercepted yet again, and that could be the backbreaker.
Picked up by J.C. Jackson.
And the Chargers have just about sewn up this football game. Boy, Charles, you hate to see this for a rookie quarterback. You're hoping it doesn't shake his confidence, but That confidence, it might be shaken because that is 4 interceptions for him now in this ball game.
It has to be shaken. Wouldn't be human if you weren't. Doesn't matter whether you're a rookie or a veteran. 4 interceptions, you're not sure what you're doing out there. So to me as a coaching staff, I would think very hard about getting him out and trying it again another day.
Well, somebody lit a fire under that offense during the break, Charles. Remember, they trailed at intermission. They come out, they have the big second half, and that lifts them to the victory.
And Brandon, trailing at halftime, we always talk about teams making adjustments. You know what the best adjustments usually are? It's just executing better. Because the game plan you put in place at the beginning of the week often still holds. You don't have to make wholesale changes. You just have to do it a little bit better, a little cleaner. And they did that in the second half, and that led them to victory.
So for the Chargers, they climb to 6-2 on the year as they close in on the mid.